Hi, in this episode, this car has a problem. It has a parasite of about 5 amps. And, what's the problem? We'll look. But I'll shorten this video because I'll show you how to test. You disconnect the negative power cable from the battery. And you take a, hold on, I got one right here. A multimeter like this, and you put it on amps, and you put it on 10 amps, and then what you do is you put the leads between the battery and the post. I'll show you. Every time I pull like little fuses, one, like let's say this right here, I'm pointing out the 33 to 20 amps fuse right here. I removed it, and then I checked with my altimeter, the multimeter. And it was the same reading to every fuse, every connector that I could find in here. This guy also, and I went under here, disconnected just about everything to check what's the problem, and still no result. Every fuse and relays that's in here, everything that I removed still gave me the amp draw. And just to show you how to verify the amp draw again, you can see here the amps. You select the amps, and then you make sure that the common, it stays usually in the middle. And for the amps is this side here, and this is for one goes to the battery, and the other one to the negative. Well, this is the negative cable, and you connect it to here. And after spending maybe 20 hours in this car, like trying to find a problem everywhere, and then a good friend went by and he told me what to check, and then I'm going to take a look at that. I thought of maybe it was the alternator, and because I tested it when the battery's connected and the car with the voltmeter, and it gives 14.20 something volts, so that's the regular charging voltage that should have. So that means the voltage regulator, something like that. But there's like few components in the alternator, and it's probably the other one that's defective. That's what we are assuming that's the problem. So right now what we'll be doing is digging in to find the problem. The alternator is right here. First we'll need to remove the oil reservoir, power steering pump, the bracket, the oil reservoir. Disconnect this bolt right here to move beside the pump and all this assembly. To remove the serpentine belt, what I did is I put a key right here, 14 millimeters, and I took my wrench, half an inch, and then I put it right here. I'll try to put a better angle. Okay, right here, and then I pried it to the tensioner so that it pulls tension on the tensioner, and then with the flathead screwdriver, sorry about the light again. With a flathead screwdriver, I pushed off the belt, so now the belt is off. So now we can continue with the dismantle of this thing. The next thing to do is, see right here, there's a nut. That's a 12 millimeter. And the other one I can't really show you, but it's underneath right here, just about where my finger is. You need a deep socket to get access to this nut, and we'll remove this. This is the power steering pump. We will wiggle it out. The diagram, I'll just put a photo of it on it right now. Okay, so to remove the belt, you can just wiggle it around and eventually you'll get it out as soon as you... Okay, you see now the bottom? That's the nut that I just told you about. I'll try to remove... I'm sure it's... Oh, yeah, it holds. I'm not used to making videos with this. It's a headlight I'm using. Okay guys, so you can see right down the bottom, that's where the 12mm, that's why I told you need a deep socket to get access to this bolt. And there's another one right there. And after removing these two bolts, we'll access right here the alternator. Oh, and by the way, now that we have the power steering pump removed with the two nuts right here, the two bolts, sorry, I just put it right here, and now I got access to the alternator. Disconnect this connector right here, the green one, and then there's 3 bolts. One on top right here, and the 2 of them on the bottom. I recommend to remove the 2 on the bottom, and then as soon as you remove the top one, then you disconnect the connector on the rubber right here. This is the power lead directly to the battery. And after, well, I'll show you what I mean like that. I'll just remove the nuts. 3 bolts are removed. Now it's time to wiggle it out. And, oops. See right now, sorry about that because it's very, there's not a little space. Okay, see the connector right here in rubber? Just remove it and remove the bolt. The new alternator. Brand new. Well, it's a rebuilt, but it's nice, right? So hold on a second. This guy's gonna go right in here. But a little trick, guys. When you put it in here, you see the size of the hole right here? You have to be very patient. You have to pull this a bit further, and you have to Okay, once the first bolt right here on top, oh, by the way, there's 3 bolts holding this guy. There's two bolts out here, like 2-inch, and this guy's about 4 inches long. And I put anti-seize on it. Hold on, right here, the silver grade, yeah, everywhere on the bolt, and it's in a few turns. And before I put the bolts on the bottom or connect this guy right here, I'm going to make sure, like this one here is, sorry about the view because it's very tight in here. Okay, this bolt right here is halfway in. There's about 1/2 inch again to go in. I'm going to put it not snug, but just so it won't wiggle as much. Move from on the bottom right here. So you have to go like... I'll try to, like, you can see my light is still here, and you have to go, like, you can see the new alternator right there, and the 2 bolts, you have to like wiggle your arms in between the hoses and everywhere to get underneath here. It's a good thing, if you can see right here, I got a diagram of the serpentine belt, and this is right here. This is the front of the car, like this is the front of the car, and sorry about the light. Okay. And then I'm going to reinstall the, once you have the 3 bolts right here, the last one right here, put real tight. And then the connector right here, make sure it clicks. And then the water, the power pump, power steering pump, and the retainer, I'm going to rebuild this. And then with the diagram on my cell phone, it's going to be a lot easier to reinstall the belt.
Okay, so see now I left my setup there. I got the 14mm key right here in the tensioner, and a half inch drive socket, and then well guys, sorry, you need to hand sleeve this, because when you torque it, I'll try it. See right now it's it put tension on the it takes it off the tension of the belt, and because this trick is very cheap, because the tool is out 50 bucks. But if you have one of these tools and okay, the 14mm key right here, see it's a professional series from Mastercraft, and I had for a few years, but now the professionals are gone, but that's okay. And now put back the retainer, sorry, the support. The next thing is this support right here with the two nuts going to go in the bottom right here, the retainer back. We retighten this this bolt right here, and we're done. Okay, now everything that's back together, it's a good thing to just crank the engine well before. Make sure that visually that the belt is in the right place, because I took about 5 minutes to look at it everywhere. And it seems to be very 100% in the place. But just to make sure, I'm going to take everything, my tools, everywhere, right here, and we'll just give it a crank, just a single crank, and we'll make sure that the battery's in place. Oh geez, my battery is almost dead. I'll charge it because I'm not done with this video. It was the alternator, the problem, the parasite. I took the multimeter, I hooked it up to the battery, and it was giving like 0.10 amps. That's perfect. The parasite draw is found. It's fixed. The car's ready to go, and it's got more things to fix on it, but that's okay. By the way, to subscribe to my channel, oh, I'm done with this car, well, with that problem. The rest is to come. To subscribe to my channel, the corner down here, this is to subscribe to my channel. You can give it thumbs up or share with your friends. And why to subscribe is every subscriber that I get, my subscriber count goes up, and it encourages me to make more videos for you to watch. Stay tuned.